genius. What do you say we bring out our guest?
Another one. You're really good at that idea thing, cousin.
Yeah, I know. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in welcoming from the county of Plymouth, in the town of Lamar's, welcome Albert Schulz from the Lamar's Toy Store. Oh, yeah, that's great. Here, Albert, welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
So, tell us a little bit about how did Lamar's Toy Store get started?
Well, about 17 years ago, I owned a large business of an ag accounting business, and we bought a new building in town, a department store. And in the windows, we put some of our toys in the windows, my own personal collection. People started stopping by where they're for sale. One thing led to another thing, and that's how Lamar stores actually started.
I understand that you you restore some old stuff, and that you have just regular things up, and then you also have some customized stuff that you do too. Earl, why don't you show us there so we can show the folks a little bit about restoration? I mean, I remember when I was a kid, I had toy trucks and tractors and all that kind of stuff, and I know some of them weren't in real great shape the last time I saw them, but that's been a lot of years ago. But
that's what
show us what we do.
Like.
Well, part of our business that we do, guys, is like a lot of people bring us a piece in that means a lot to sentimental reason. So they'll say, can we come in and restore a piece? So here's an example of a tractor that was brought into us before, and here's what it looks like afterwards when we get done with the toy.
Holy
That's just
cow.
part of our business. We have, of course, the common toys in the store, from 1/64 to the bigger precision stories. But this is some more of our restoration pieces. Then we're going to get into, I'll show you more of our custom pieces.
So this right here used to look like that,
Yes.
or worse.
Yes.
Wow, folks, this is really good.
And we do pedal tractors as well, too.
Big pedal tractors.
So
Yes, we do, Earl.
now you were talking about you've got stock stuff that comes off the shelf, but then you also do some customization.
Yes.
Have you got something there you
Sure,
can show us
Earl.
some customizing there?
Here's an example of a toy that's just a plain toy, and you can see there's no levers really on it or anything else. It's very, very plain. And here's the toy. What we do, we get done with it, we make it very elite. We make our own wheel weights, levers, and everything else on it. So we have a lot of people, and I also farm, Cousin John, and people come to me and say, I want something that looks more like the real tractor. So we'll sit there and we'll build stuff like this for them all the time.
Oh, that's got suspension, it's got lights on it, it's got the 3-point hitch and everything. Holy cow, look at that.
The little clutch pedal works and everything, cousin John.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Wow, that's really something. I guess, there's all kinds of toys that they have that are just, regular off-the-shelf type stuff. Have you got some examples of that?
Yeah, we got just regular common stuff that you can buy from the past, maybe 40 years back, to the current and stuff like that. Like I said, we do the 1/64 to the 1/16, also the 1/8, and pedal tractors too.
Okay.
So we do so, and then we also have a salvage yard, which is something a lot of people don't think of.
A salvage
it's
yard
a
for
regular
toys.
salvage toy yard like a big tractor yard is. I want to show you a couple more customs. Can I do that quick?
Absolutely. Now that looks familiar. I used to haul a big manure spreader with something that looked similar to that, but a little bit smaller. I think that's a 1066. I had an old 706 that I drove. But
Well, like I said, a lot of people want to see some more details, so you can see all the levers, the lights, the hoses, and the loader,
the
the 3 points, and everything else, and all the wheel weights and stuff with that too.
Yeah.
So I mean, these are toys for the adults to play with. Of course, you have toys, thousands of them for the children to play with too.
Well, we're all kids. That's
Sure we are.
Look at that. That is really something. Who are your customers? Who collects farm toys and that?
Well, it's a variety of all ages and all walks of life. Yes, we have younger children that might be just want the common to play with, the 64th to the 16th. We've got people who has something, we remember their father by it, they were on the farm. Or a lot of people will maybe go, Cousin John, let's see if you said you had a 1066 at one time. You want something very, very elite. This is an example of something like this. They come from all over the world, and it's very unique to see people come in the store all the time.
You talk about sentimental items. I had a Tonka road building set that kind of mistakenly got sold at a rummage sale one time, and it kind of leaves a hole where it's missing. Now, are those the type of things that, can you help find those type of things? Or?
Yes, in fact, you talked to the highway set, 4-piece set. We have restored a couple of complete sets of those in the past. Finding parts sometimes are hard to do. Sometimes you got to make parts for different things and stuff like that too. This last spring we just did a combine, and about $2,500 combine that's very, very elite too.
Oh, wow.
So we've gotten into some very elite stuff.
Where are you located in town there?
Well, we're located on 4 blocks straight east of the junction corner of Highway 3 and 75, right uptown Lamar's.
Okay. And what hours are you open?
We're open generally from 9 in the morning to about 4 in the afternoon, and Saturdays from 10 to 3.
Okay.
The best thing, people come on the distance, just give us a call ahead of time.
Now, if somebody happened to have, say, a collection of toys or whatever, and they just decided, I don't need these anymore or whatever, do you buy toy collections?
Yes, we buy toy collections all the time. So many people, just like today, for example, I had somebody come to the store and said, how do I sell my toy collection or something like that in the estate or whatever? The very first important thing I always tell people, don't worry about the value of the toy, high price or not. Make sure if it's sentimental, if his granddad died, make sure that the children or grandchildren get a piece to remember the grandfather out of.
Sure.
That's the very first important thing to do. Then you sell the collection, you sell it all, it's a piece it off. We buy collections all the time.
You get customers from all over the place?
Oh yes. Example, last week one day, we had people from Canada, New Mexico, Georgia, the country of France, besides Nebraska and South Dakota and Minnesota all in one day.
Well, folks, if you need a basic tractor or a customized tractor, now we know who to go see. Earl, what is that?
I think this looks like probably the neatest custom tractor I've ever seen.
Cousin John Earl was telling me he still had to go cultivate corn yet.
Yeah.
That's a cultivator tractor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen them before too.
You think he cultivated any corn out in his day?
Probably buried some too. You had to go back and uncover. But
Yes,
yeah,
I did.
I think we've all done that if we ever did one of those. Let me ask you this, these both about the same size, but this one, is hefty, but this one is like 4 times as much. Wait, what's the difference here?
Well, the difference because on your left hand over there, that one first has plastic rims on.
Okay.
This one has metal rims on.
Oh, sure.
This one has a 3-point quick hitch on. This one's have our own wheel weights on. We have 5 different people who are machinists who work for us. We own our own.
5 people?
Yes, we own our mills and our own lathes. We make a tremendous lot of parts ourselves. So this is how we acquire stuff. We got to make it from scratch.
That is just awesome. Folks, you guys got to see this stuff. This is really neat. So, Albert, on the show here, we also show some things that go on outside Sweet Swine County. You've probably seen
Yes,
some
I have.
of those.
Yes, I have.
What do you say we go watch one of those right now?
Sounds like a great idea.
Folks, stick with us. We'll be right back.
Hi, Betty Thompson here. You probably know me from my show, Cooking It Up with Betty, but I'm not here to talk about me today. My fellow celebrities and I have discovered some incredible counties and towns in our neighboring communities that you are sure to want to learn about. Let's take a look. The heart of a small town is the cafe on the corner and the hardware store on the main street. Bob and Loretta Parker understood that when they purchased the Coast to Coast store in Story City, Iowa in 1991. After several years, they switched to the True Value brand and have been happily serving the area customers ever since. If Dad needs a new drill or Mom wants to give the kitchen a fresh coat of paint, they know just where to go in Story City. True Value in Story City has everything anyone could need for that do-it-yourself plumbing or electrical job. If the old lawnmower has mowed its last blade, True Value will help you get just the right mower that will tame any lawn and garden project. Need a window or screen repaired? True Value can help. Need a pipe threaded or a duplicate set of keys cut? True Value can help. Bob and Loretta are open 7 days a week, so stop in today and get your project started. True Value in Story City, Iowa.
Hi, Prairie Ann here. You probably know me from that hit talk show, The Women of Sweet Swine County, but I'm not here to talk about me today. My fellow celebrities and I have discovered some incredible counties and towns in our neighboring communities that you're sure to want to learn about. Let's take a look. Jane Smillen had a dream. As a hairstylist with over 30 years of experience, Jane opened her own salon in 2008 in Cherokee, Iowa, and has been serving happy clients ever since. Today, Sanford Lane Salon is a heavenly mix of beauty and personal care services. Joining Jane are stylists Tracy, Tiffany, Chrissy, Kim, and Jada, as well as Jackie, Jane's beautiful daughter, and KCCI TV personality, offering makeup expertise by appointment. Stop in and enjoy our fun environment, Jane said in a recent interview. Sanford Lane Salon offers a myriad of services such as hairstyling, perms and colors, manicures and pedicures, a private men's styling room, ear piercing, full body waxing, and a massage room. And they carry a full line of quality personal care products. Sanford Lane Salon is an oasis for men and women alike. Throw off the stress of the day and let the experts at Sanford Lane Salon help you look your personal best. Jane Sanford Lane Salon, Cherokee, Iowa.
Hey, folks, we're back. That was another great report. Albert, I know we were talking while we were on break there. You have a annual Customer Appreciation Day. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, we do. We have it every spring in March. This last year we had over 1,000 people attend.
Wow.
And I'm not talking the local people. And of course, we welcome people to the store, so that means hot ham steamed sandwiches, homemade chocolate chip cookies,
Whoa.
Grandma's famous cookies. In fact, she's right over there in the audience right now. John, she made over 84 dozen last year.
84
and they
dozen
disappeared just as fast as she could make them.
Holy crap, that's a lot of cookies.
And pop and everything else. They come from all over. Normally, average distance about 90 miles. Someone will drive 400 or 500 miles just to come to Appreciation Day. So you got to come next spring. You and Earl have to come to our annual Appreciation Days.
I think
we'd
you
like
can
to have
count
you
on
there.
me. I think you can count on me, but lately we've had a hard time getting Earl. He gets all these things he wants to do, but we never get him to leave Sweet Swine County.
Oh, we're going to get
But
him this time
we
to
might-
come.
And speaking of which, Earl, what's this?
Well, he mentioned that he does some pedal tractor restoration. So while we were on break there, I had Lewis bring this in. This is my old pedal tractor. So what can you do, or what can you do for me here?
Well, Earl, it's a 130 John Deere, made back around 1957, 1958, by the toy company called Eska.
Really?
And of course, your front wheels are not original, your seat's not original, and the pedals and stuff like that. So what we do, I assume you want to restore it, don't you, Earl?
Yeah. I think
Okay,
so. It'll be
when
fine.
we do something like this, we take it completely down, totally disassemble it. It's all sandblasted, sanded, and then we buff it, and then from there we start to put primer on it, paint it. We use clear coat, hardener in it. So when we get done with this toy, it looks almost like a piece of polished glass. It looks much better than the old one, and that goes into your personal collection. So they're very unique. It's sentimental. You pass it from one generation to the other generation.
So it'll even look better than when it was new.
Exactly.
Now, we were just talking about Earl's tractor there. Now, that's the same model as that unrestored one there, but how do you know what, you looked at that and said it's a,
Okay.
it's an XYZ widget or whatever. How do you know that?
Well, I have several literature books in the past, of course.
Sure.
That I'm acquainted with. But basically, the tractor represents like the 730 in the real life, and they're made in 1958, 59. The pedal tractor is called a 130 model. It was made by the toy company called Eska at that time. The pedal tractor was.
Okay. Well, hey, folks, while Earl decides whether he's going to spend the next paycheck towards restoring his tractor, I want to thank Albert for stopping by, telling all us folks about Lamar's Toy Store. I'm just blown away. There's really some neat stuff. So, folks, if you need anything done, we got his information down here below. Make sure you talk to him. I think that about does it for tonight. Stop back and see us again next time, folks. Good night, everybody.